My beloved child. There is something you have been carrying inside you, quietly, patiently, something even you have not fully seen yet. Pause for a moment, and feel this. This is not just another message. This is a reminder of something placed within your life long before this moment arrived. Don't skip, stay with this, because something meaningful is about to unfold. You have been looking outward for signs, for answers, for proof that something greater is waiting for you. But what if the truth is this: the wealth you are seeking has already been placed within your reach, just not in the way you expected? Not just money. Not just success. But clarity, opportunity, direction, and the quiet strength to recognize what truly matters. There have been moments recently, small ones, easy to ignore. A sudden idea. An unexpected chance. A feeling that whispered, "Pay attention." That wasn't random. Something huge is waiting for you, but it doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives with awareness. And here's what makes this moment so important. Timing. There are windows in life, moments when everything aligns just enough for you to step forward and claim what was always meant for you. Not forced. Not rushed. Just recognized. You are standing near one of those windows right now. But listen carefully. This isn't about urgency driven by fear. This is about presence driven by awareness. Because what's coming next will help you see exactly why this moment matters more than you think. Stay till the end, because the next part will reveal something you cannot afford to overlook, not because it will disappear, but because it will finally make sense. But here's the part most people never notice. The wealth meant for you does not arrive like a sudden storm. It reveals itself slowly, like light entering a quiet room, until one moment, everything becomes clear. You may have felt it already. That subtle shift inside you. The sense that your life is no longer meant to stay the same. Don't skip this, because what you're about to understand could change how you see everything. There is a reason this message reached you before the end of this month. Not as a warning, but as an invitation. An invitation to open your eyes to what has been forming around you. Think about the last few days. The conversations that felt different. The thoughts that wouldn't leave your mind. The quiet pull toward something new. These are not coincidences. They are pieces, aligning. And here's the truth that few are willing to accept. Sometimes, what we call missing out is not about losing something. It's about not recognizing what was already being offered. You don't need to chase everything. You don't need to force anything. But you do need to notice. Because something is already moving toward you. Something meaningful, something aligned with who you are becoming. Stay with this. Because in the next part, you will begin to see exactly what has been preparing you for this moment, and why it feels so personal. And now, something deeper begins to surface. This is where everything starts to connect. All those moments you once questioned. The delays, the redirections, the times when things didn't go as planned. They were not holding you back. They were shaping your awareness. Stay with this, don't skip, because this part matters more than you think. You were never meant to receive everything all at once. You were meant to grow into the kind of person who can recognize true value when it appears. That is the real shift happening right now. The wealth you're being guided toward. It's not something dropped into your life without meaning. It's something that begins to reveal itself the moment you start seeing clearly. And clarity is arriving. Have you noticed how your perspective has been changing? How certain things that once felt important, no longer hold the same weight. That's not loss. That's alignment. Because when you begin to release what no longer fits, you create space for what truly belongs to you. Something huge is waiting for you. But it doesn't come from outside alone. It meets you halfway, right where your awareness shifts. And here's what most people overlook. Opportunities don't always look like opportunities at first. Sometimes they look like a simple decision. A quiet yes. A moment where you choose differently than before. This is one of those moments. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, something will be revealed about your timing. And why everything is unfolding exactly when it needs to. And just when you think you've understood it, something even more precise comes into focus. Timing is not random in your life. It has been quietly arranging moments, guiding you toward this exact point. Don't skip this, because what you're about to realize may feel subtle, but it carries weight. You may have wondered why certain doors didn't open before. Why things felt delayed, or just out of reach. But look again. If those things had arrived earlier, you wouldn't have seen them clearly. You might have overlooked their true value, or moved past them too quickly. Now, something is different. You are more aware. More grounded. More ready to recognize what aligns with you. And that's why this moment matters. Not because something is about to suddenly appear. But because you are finally able to see what has been forming. There is a quiet unfolding happening around you right now. Conversations are shifting. Ideas are becoming clearer. Paths that once felt uncertain are beginning to feel possible. This is how it begins. Something huge is waiting for you. Not as a surprise, but as a realization. And here is the part that changes everything. You don't need to become someone else to receive it. You only need to trust what you are starting to notice. Because the next step is not about searching. It's about choosing. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, you will begin to understand what that choice looks like, and why it has been waiting for you. And then, the moment of choice quietly arrives. It doesn't come with noise. It doesn't announce itself loudly. It appears as a simple decision, one that feels small on the surface, but carries a deeper shift within. Don't skip this, stay with it, because this is where everything begins to move. You may feel it as a gentle pull. A thought that keeps returning. A direction that feels both unfamiliar and strangely right. This is not pressure. This is alignment asking for your attention. Because the wealth meant for you is not something you wait for endlessly. It is something you step toward, with awareness. Think about this carefully. What have you been hesitating on? What have you been quietly avoiding, even though a part of you knows it matters? That is where your next step lives. Something huge is waiting for you. But it responds to your willingness to move forward, even in a small, honest way. And here's the truth that changes everything. You don't need perfect certainty. You don't need every answer. You only need to trust that this moment, right now, is asking you to choose differently than before. Because once you do, even in the smallest way, you begin to unlock what has been waiting. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, something powerful will become clear about what happens after you take that step, and why it feels almost unexpected. And just beyond that first step, something unexpected begins to unfold. It's not loud. It's not overwhelming. It's a quiet shift, but once it starts, you cannot unsee it. Don't skip this, because this is where many turn back without realizing what was about to open. The moment you choose, even in a small, honest way, things begin to respond. Not instantly. Not all at once. But steadily, clearly, in ways that feel almost too natural to notice at first. You start to see connections you missed before. You begin to understand why certain paths didn't work out. And suddenly, what once felt confusing starts to make sense. This is the unfolding. Something huge is waiting for you. And it doesn't rush in, it reveals itself layer by layer, meeting your awareness as it grows. You may notice a new kind of confidence. Not loud, not forced, but steady. A feeling that says, you are on the right path. And here's the part that surprises most people. The wealth you've been thinking about. It begins to show itself through opportunities that feel aligned. Through moments that feel right. Through doors that open without resistance. Not because everything is easy, but because everything starts to feel meaningful. This is how you know you're moving in the right direction. Stay with this, stay till the end. Because in the next part, something will become clear about why this message reached you now, and what it truly means for your journey ahead. And now, the reason this moment found you becomes impossible to ignore. This message did not arrive to rush you. It arrived to wake something within you. Don't skip this, stay with it, because this is where it all becomes personal. Out of countless moments in your life, this one carries a different energy. A quiet awareness that says, pay attention, this matters. Not because something will be taken away, but because something is ready to be seen. You are not here by accident. You are here because a part of you is ready to recognize what you once overlooked. Think about how you feel right now. There is a stillness. A sense that something is aligning. As if pieces you couldn't explain before are starting to come together. This is not coincidence. This is readiness. Something huge is waiting for you. And the truth is, it has been waiting patiently, until you were able to meet it with clarity. And here's what makes this moment so powerful. You are no longer searching the same way. You are no longer reacting the same way. You are beginning to choose with intention. That is the shift. Because once you reach this point, you don't just hope for change. You recognize it. You step into it. You allow it to unfold. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, something will be revealed about what happens when you fully accept this shift, and how it begins to transform everything around you. And when you finally accept this shift, everything begins to feel different. Not dramatically, not all at once. But in a way that is calm, steady, undeniable. Don't skip this, stay with it, because this is where transformation becomes real. You stop second-guessing every step. You stop waiting for perfect signs. Instead, you begin to move with quiet certainty. It's subtle at first. A clearer thought. A stronger sense of direction. A feeling that you no longer need to force what doesn't belong. This is what acceptance looks like. Something huge is waiting for you. And the moment you fully accept where you are, you begin to notice how much is already opening. Opportunities feel more natural. Decisions feel less heavy. Even challenges begin to carry a different meaning. Because now, you are not resisting the process. You are working with it. And here's the truth that changes everything. When you stop chasing what isn't aligned, You make space for what truly is. That space is where your wealth begins to take form. Not just in one way, but in many quiet, powerful ways that support your growth, your direction, your future. You begin to see value where you once saw confusion. You begin to notice paths where you once saw blocks. This is the transformation. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, something will become clear about how to recognize the exact moment when everything starts coming together, and why you will know it without doubt. And then, there comes a moment you cannot mistake. It doesn't need confirmation from anyone else. It doesn't need explanation. You simply feel it. Don't skip this, stay with it, because this is the moment everything starts to come together. It may arrive quietly. In the middle of an ordinary day. When nothing seems unusual on the surface. And yet, something within you becomes clear. A decision feels right without struggle. A path feels open without confusion. A sense of calm replaces the need to overthink. This is how you recognize it. Something huge is waiting for you. And when it begins to align, it doesn't create chaos, it creates clarity. You stop asking, "Is this for me?" Because deep inside, you already know. And here's what makes this moment so powerful. You realize that nothing was wasted. Every delay, every redirection, every quiet moment of doubt was leading you here. To this awareness. To this readiness. To this exact point where things no longer feel uncertain, but meaningful. You begin to trust yourself differently. Not based on fear, but based on understanding. And that changes everything. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, something will be revealed about what happens after this clarity settles in, and how it shapes what comes next in your life. And now, as everything settles into place, the final truth reveals itself. This was never about a deadline. It was never about rushing, or missing out. It was about awakening to what has always been available to you. Don't skip this last moment, stay with it, because this is where everything becomes whole. The wealth you were searching for. It was never just something to receive. It was something to recognize. Something to grow into. Something to align with. And now, you can see it. In the way you think more clearly. In the way you choose more intentionally. In the way you no longer ignore what truly matters. Something huge is waiting for you. And the truth is, it has already begun. Not as a single event, but as a series of moments that continue to unfold, one step at a time. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. Seeing what you are meant to see. Understanding what you are meant to understand. And from here, every step you take with awareness, every choice you make with clarity, becomes part of that wealth growing in your life. This is your moment. Not to rush. Not to fear. But to move forward, with quiet confidence. Because now you know. What you were looking for has been walking toward you, all along.